Was required today. We submitted the mitigation packet. I just submitted it. I've been waiting to hear back from Blaze on some things.
22 and 23.
So,
But he said, go ahead. I showed him what we had. He said, go ahead and send that. He's still gonna have the conversation with those guys about the other
so
things.
you haven't sent it back?
No, I've sent it. He should have it. Yep, I sent it to all the appropriate people.
So we'll give you a couple weeks. I'll waive it for the next one because we're just gonna get a response, okay? If he's approved, then
I'll
he's gotta be
running
here. So we can do a
Okay.
TRAS. Okay?
Oh, right.
So if it's not approved by the next 2 weeks and it's still in limbo.
I'll let you know. Okay.
The only reason we'd have him come is so we can start moving, right? So if it's approved, then we need him here so we can do a
Are you
TRAS.
able to do like a T-Raz that day, like a walk-in?
Yes,
Okay.
we'll send him and do a walkthrough. Well, that's why we have him come so we can just get it right done.
Yeah, no, it's a hardship for him.
Pick a day, 2 weeks, and then waive it.
Gotcha.
It's not it's
In limbo.
still pending.
Yep.
If it's no, or if it's yes, then he's gotta be here.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
have fun.
Here on Mr. Jermaine Mallard.
Is it Mallard?
Yes, sir. I wanted to approach about his bond conditions to see if we can get those amended. Currently, he's required to do the random drug and alcohol test. He has a GPS monitoring with the curfew from 9 to 6, and he has a scram device. I wanted to see if he could get the GPS monitor removed and have the curfew removed. He does work. His work hours are from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., sometimes 8 p.m., depending on the day. But he also needs time to travel to and from work. He also supports 4 kids.
Time do you want?
I'm sorry.
What time do you want again?
I was asking for it to be removed.
I mean, it's a DWI second. It's got, I need to do a deeper dive. So if you want to give me a second, we can talk further, but I've got a waiver real quick. Let me help him out and then I can do a deeper dive. I put it on there for a reason. It's only been, not even 2 weeks. So let me do a deeper dive to see why, because I don't remember.
Yes, sir.
I don't remember anything about the case. So if you don't mind, please.
On March 1st, 2025, at approximately at 11 p.m., the officers were dispatched to a 911 call regarding a motor vehicle stopped on the road with a male in the driver's seat passed out at the 300 block of North 8th Street in Texas. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stopped on the road facing the wrong side, forcing multiple motor vehicles to drive around the defendant. The officer observed the defendant's engine on, with the defendant sitting in the driver's seat, appearing to be sleeping or passed out, with the motor vehicle in drive and the defendant's foot on the brake. The officer observed an open container of.
Come up, Mr. Mallard. Just kind of rewind about
Sure.
3 sentences, please, when he's up here.
All right. Officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle stopped on the road facing the wrong side, forcing the motor.
Going the wrong way down the street.
Stopped on going the wrong way, yes. Forcing multiple motor vehicles to drive around the defendant. The officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle to be on, with the defendant sitting in the driver's seat, appeared to be sleeping or passed out. The motor vehicle was in drive with the defendant's foot on the brake. The officer observed an open container of Bacardi rum, a 750 milliliter bottle, approximately 10% full, sitting in the front right passenger seat. The officer attempted to wake the defendant unsuccessfully, which led to the officers being forced to break the defendant's front right window to get into the motor vehicle due to the doors being locked. The officer placed the motor vehicle in the park, and the defendant was asked to step out, and he immediately fell to the ground. The officer observed slurred speech, red bloodshot eyes, a strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and poor balance. The defendant refused SFSTs. The defendant advised that he had not consumed any alcohol beverages and wished to speak to ask for his lawyer, and was loudly repeating no comment to all questions. The defendant was read the DIC, and he refused breath, and a blood warrant was signed. The defendant was transported to HCA Southeast ER to obtain the blood, and the defendant
I think I'm good.
Your Honor, this gets into resisting.
Oh, okay.
I I understand if you,
That's okay.
but it is. So the officer the defendant refused to exit the vehicle, even though the officer was asked to multiple times. The officer had to physically guide the defendant out. The defendant stopped walking while walking to the emergency room with the officer and advised that he wanted to go to the VA hospital. The officer advised the defendant that he had a search warrant and the defendant refused to move. The officer grabbed the defendant's upper arm and again advised the defendant of the search warrant, and again he refused to move. The officer then advised the defendant that if he had to pull him inside, that he'd face additional charges. Again, the defendant refused to move. The defendant advised he wanted to go to the VA hospital and tried pulling away into the direction to the entrance of the hospital. The defendant went dead weight and laid on the ground outside and refused to move and screaming at the top of his lungs, "Someone help me." The officers had to be assisted by hospital security and placing the defendant into a wheelchair and transport him to the hospital, and blood was drawn with the assistance of 3 officers holding the defendant down.
Mr. Mallard, do you watch the news?
Yes, sir.
How many people died this weekend due to an alcohol-related collision?
The one that comes to mind, sir, is the softball team. Her mom, her dad passed. It's in critical condition right now. That's the latest one that I did see, sir.
There were at least 3, if not 4, different accidents this weekend where people died. There was in Galveston an entire family that was cut down because of an alcohol-related collision of a person who allegedly just completed a DWI intervention course here and a couple months later goes out and then decimates an entire family. In this here now, you pled to a DWI not 3 months ago with above a 0.15. Now you hear on another one, there's alcohol allegedly in the car, the wrong way on the street, completely passed out to where. There is a reason why I do things in life. I don't do it just for shites and giggles. I want to protect my community at all cost. And I think that it is an appropriate condition to not have you near the car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All I care about in this short life is protecting my community. And I'm going to try to do it at all costs. I understand that it may be a hardship to you, but sometimes in life, things are learned when they're faced with difficulty. And now I do not want you out in the middle of the night, and I don't want you near a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps in some time, because I'm not an a-hole. I try not to be, right? But it's been 2 weeks since you've picked up this DWI. I shudder to think, do you have the blood back yet?
No, I did not have to get back yet.
Before anything, even remotely getting near, I want to see some proactivity on your part.
Yes, sir.
But you coming up here and saying, woe is me, goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. I care about my community. That's what I care about. That's what matters most to me. And I'm going to protect it at all costs.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
So I am willing to work with you on the hours if you need hours to work, but I don't want you out in the middle of the night. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please.
And just to let you know, he has started attending AA meetings. He's been attending for the past couple of weeks every night, virtually. One of the facilities that offer the AA meetings, they do offer it, is it at 10?
It's at 9:30.
At 9:30. But his curfew would need to be extended a little bit more, that too.
You can do it at all times during the day. You can do it remotely. You can do it via Zoom. You can do it online. I don't want you out at night. It's not gonna happen. Because then if I let you out at 9:30 at night, well, I need an hour to get back home and then now it goes to 10:30. I'm not gonna do it. Their AA meetings are literally all day, every day. You just have to find it. You have to be creative. That's why we have computers. That's why we have the internets to be able to help you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you, Yang.
Ms. Roberson, you are charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. So this was, they applied for PTI and were denied. Is that what?
Yes, Judge.
What was the reason for the denial?
Due to prior criminal history out of state.
Any prior DWIs?
Yes, out of Louisiana.
How many?
One.
What happened on that case?
The,
Took your time, sir? You know?
let me see, Louisiana is tricky in terms of how we can view their criminal history.
Please, please. If she has a prior conviction for DWI, Brock, I'm not doing this. I can't.
From my understanding, Your Honor, it wasn't a DWI, the prior conviction. I think it was something alcohol related, but I don't think it was a DUI or DUI.
I'm having them look.
I mean,
I believe we would have to reach out to the agency out in Louisiana to find out what the disposition that was.
Kayla, do you mind running a PSR on Miss Roberson, please?
Because I can also reach out to, Hazel,
What does it say there? Does it say,
It says, impaired vehicle and operating vehicle while intoxicated, security shields. I don't know this position, but those are, so we can reach out to, shoot there, but. Yeah, figure out the information on those cases.
okay. Brock,
yes, sir.
I need time.
Okay.
You need to
How long do
understand
you,
something, that I take this extremely seriously. And when I have someone who continually picks up DWIs, no more proverbial slaps on the wrist. It's not going to happen. I have the ability to accept or reject a plea bargain agreement. If I reject it, then you will be allowed to withdraw your plea and we can either set up a trial or renegotiate something, but I'm not going to continue to do the same thing in hopes that, well, I hope nothing happens in the future. It's not going to happen. So I guess what we can do is, you want to roll it till Monday, Brock?
she's coming from Dallas. Remember, this is the one that's coming from Dallas, Your Honor. So
Okay, so
I've
I
been
guess
trying
let's,
to keep her coming back and forth because she's been coming almost every week.
So, Brock,
So
I didn't know this.
and Judge, we're reaching out to Lafayette Powers right now, see if the information that we're going to stand out.
Okay, just can you chat me your cell phone? And then
Yes,
I can
sir.
reach out to you when we have something.
sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sorry.
Please tell me her criminal history as you see it, because I have no, I don't understand why the county can't get me a version of criminal history that I can see. It sucks, but I don't understand why I have to rely on others. Please enlighten me with her criminal history.
You know, just a caveat here, anything Louisiana, we're gonna have to go to their website trying to figure it out because Louisiana's the CIC does not issue these conditions.
Yes.
I get it, but at least let me know how much criminal history she has.
She has no history in Harris County for a casino judge. And then out of Florida, I see a resisting that, yes, out of Florida, that looks like it was a pretrial diversion. And then out of Louisiana, yes, there is a all the dispositions are unknown, as they say this.
Sure.
The manufacturing of a controlled substance,
What?
failure to obey traffic signals, resisting arrest, failure to, oops, no, open container in a vehicle, operating a vehicle while intoxicated, and battery with police officers. So those are all the things that I see. But I don't know anything about.
So Brock, it looks like the OUI was dismissed, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
The operating,
I went to the Lafayette County website on the misdemeanors that I'm able to see, and they all are. They all look like they are noticed. For what reason, I don't know that.
at what point do we need to get your attention to realize that we are serious about public safety? What do we need to do to get your attention? Because it obviously continues to happen.
Oh, Your Honor.
But you now stand charged with yet another DWI. Brock,
I'm here, Your Honor. Hello?
yeah. Here's
Yeah,
what
I'm
going
saying,
to-
I'm here.
Here's what I'm gonna do, Brock. I am going to follow this agreement, but you will be required to pay the DPS fines and fees and all the court costs in this case. And if you fail to pay it, for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day in jail. You're going to roll out of here with about $3,500 in surcharges and fines and fees. So I hope that this is the
Your
way to call. Yeah,
Your Honor, if you don't mind, so she just recently found out that she's pregnant. That's the reason why she wanted to do the time served, because of the travel back and forth and due to the pregnancy. I don't want there to be some kind of financial impediment if she is not able to work after having the baby or prior to, a couple of months before the baby. So that's the only reason why I'm saying something, Your Honor.
then
regarding
I mean, with her
surcharges.
criminal history, with her rich criminal history, then I don't think I'm gonna do this then. Because, she has a prior one, I get that it's dismissed. She has a prior manufacturing delivery, resisting arrest, battery on a police officer. Now we have a DWI.
Yes, Your Honor.
You tell me, but the continued slaps on the wrist, stop. I don't know how to get your attention. I'm hoping that this is the way. But you can go talk to your lawyer, figure out what you want to do. But I'm not down with it continuing to happen. All I want is my public to be safe. And I'm going to try to do it in the best way that I can. So if you'd like, you can, step outside, talk to your lawyer, and we can just revisit it, and you just tell me when you're ready. Please.
Your Honor, is it possible that you want the fines and the fees? That's fine, Your Honor, but can we at least waive the DPS fees, Your Honor? We do either or instead of both.
I'm not
I just
gonna,
don't want to-
if
Your
we
Honor,
do a
she's right
time
back in front
served
of
on
you.
this case, I'm not gonna waive it. Rob,
Well, I don't want to set her up, Your Honor, where she's right back in front of you with those fees.
I
Your
will
Honor. That's the only reason I'm
give her
asking.
2 years to pay, and it ends up being like $30 to $40 a month.
Okay, yeah, with 2 years to pay, then that should be fine, Your Honor.
So you wanna go talk to her and see?
Yeah, tell her to give me a call right now.
There are 2 very important lessons that you need to learn here after you walk out. The first one is your record sucks. It's not good. You ever get pulled over in a car, an officer's going to see OUI, DWI, this. Do you think that they're going to treat you well? Do you think that they're going to take it to the 3rd degree on you whenever you get pulled over? If I were you, even if you've had a sip of alcohol, the slightest thing, don't get into a car, because you're taking a huge risk, not only with endangering the public, which is what I care about, but you, because you, with your record, you'll be going probably right back to jail. And what we're doing today, from now on, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. Don't matter what you pick up from now on in misdemeanor court. Do you understand? The reason we're doing this is because I want to get your attention. Obviously, it has not worked in the past, and I'm hoping that this. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 2 days that you've done. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. It will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life, even thereafter you die. Do you understand? I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days because of this plea. What are this? How much your court cost?
And the fine was set at 3,000?
Yeah. It's not above a 15, is it?
No. Give me more.
I know it's not pled as such, but I'm curious. Is it above a 15?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it really?
The second one was actually below 0.15. That's why they've been pleaded as a 0.15.
Was it a 15 and a 14 or what was it?
It was, blood, it was a 0.161.
It was blood at a 16, bro.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I got it
Had
confused.
they repled this, it would be a $4,500 surcharge that you would be responsible for. Now, it's only a $3,000 surcharge. 3,420. You will be required to pay $3,420. I will give you a 2-year payment plan. If you don't pay, I will issue a warrant. And for every $100 you owe, you will sit 1 day. Do you understand? So don't take this as a joke. All right. I'll have you, or how do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you, Ms. Roberson.
Would you take 2 days credit toward the court cost?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Brock.
Thank you, Your Honor. My be excused.
Take care, man.
Have a great day.
You too.